Let's get started on the proper operation for filtering. Before filtering, it's always important to check that the paper is clean of crumbs and large debris. Open the door and pull the filter pan out. If the paper is dirty or is more than 1 day old, replace it. Make sure to inspect the new piece for tears.
Pull off and swing over the pickup tube. Loosen the lock nut in the center of the paper assembly. Remove the paper retaining clip from the paper assembly. Open the paper envelope and remove the support rack. After cleaning the pan and filter components, slide the support rack into a new filter envelope. Attach the paper retaining clip and tighten the lock nut. Place the assembly into the filter pan. Install the pickup tube and swing it down onto the filter assembly. Make sure the tube is seated completely over the collar of the filter assembly.
Before filtering, it is important to make sure that the oil is between 300 and 350 degrees. Press the thermometer key once to show the actual temperature and then turn the unit off. And remove any large debris from the oil with a skimmer. Open the door and pull the blue drain valve handle to drain the oil into the filter pan. Oil should drain freely and without obstruction. If not, use the cleanout rod supplied with the unit to check the bottom of the tank for obstructions. Once the oil is completely drained from the tank, inspect the bottom for large debris. If there's an excessive amount of product, use the fryer crumb scoop supplied with the unit to remove it. It may be necessary to use a green scrub pad to loosen debris from the walls of the tank. Make sure to wear heat-resistant gloves during this procedure. Okay, now we're ready to turn on the pump and start returning the oil. Simply pull the red handle to engage the pump and open the valve. Keep the blue drain valve handle open for about 10 seconds to flush any remaining crumbs from the bottom of the tank. After the 10 seconds, lift the blue handle to close the drain valve and start filling the tank. This is real-time footage of the tank filling. The filling process should be less than 1 minute. If it is noticeably slower than this, check the cleanliness of your paper, or continue to watch to see how to check the strainer cap. It is also possible that the oil is too cold. Was it between 300 and 350 when it was drained? Don't allow the oil to sit in the filter pan for too long before filtering. Once all the oil is pumped back into the tank, you'll start to see bubbles emerging from the oil. Allow the pump to run for an additional 10 to 15 seconds to return any leftover oil from the filter pan or the filter return lines. After 10 to 15 seconds of bubbles, close the valve and stop the pump by pushing the red return valve handle in. Once the oil is still, you'll notice that the oil level is less than when you started. Make sure that it is above the minimum line and below the maximum line. After each filtering, check the paper for large debris or a large collection of crumbs. Remove any debris with the filter crumb scoop supplied with the unit. Be careful not to tear the paper or it will need to be replaced. Moving on to a little troubleshooting, if you pull the red return handle and nothing happens, here's what to check. There is a circuit breaker located above the filter pan on the left side, labeled off, on. This is a circuit breaker and should always be in the on position. If the circuit breaker has tripped, check the strainer cap for cleanliness. Any debris on the strainer means the paper is torn or installed incorrectly. Use hot water to clean the strainer and inspect the paper for issues. Reinstall the strainer cap hand tight. If the pump motor becomes too hot, it has a thermal limit switch which may trip. Allow the motor to cool for a few minutes and try pressing the reset button. If the motor tripped, a problem in the filter system exists. Resetting the circuit breaker over and over will not fix the problem. If the issue cannot be found, an authorized service agency will need to be contacted.
The Solstice series fryers are equipped with a patented swiveling downspout that allows the user to go from a filtering drain to a disposal drain without any detachable parts.
Simply pull the pan out, lift the drain spout, remove the pan, place your oil disposal container under the drain spout, and drain the oil into the container. Once the oil is disposed of, replace the filter pan and push the drain spout down.